Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we are tackling, well, what is arguably one of the most high-stakes moments in any early career.
Oh, absolutely. That universally dreaded moment.
The internship interview. I mean, we're talking about a single meeting, maybe 20, 40 minutes,
That's it.
that basically decides the next 6, even 12 months of your professional life. Are you getting that key experience or, are you back to plan B?
And that kind of pressure, it demands more than just reading some generic list online. Our whole mission here is to move way beyond that feel-good advice.
Right.
We've got specific data, scientific studies, recruiter reports. We're going to distill all of that into a guide that basically turns you into an interview ninja.
And the goals are really specific, right? We're not just aiming for some vague improvement.
Not at all.
By the end of this, you'll know exactly what companies are actually looking for. You'll have a scientifically backed prep plan, and we're aiming to help you boost your success rate from the average, 20 or 30%?
All the way up to 70 or even 80%. And crucially, we're also going to tackle the physical side of this, the anxiety. We have validated techniques that can actually lower your stress hormones, your cortisol, by 40 to 60% before you even walk in the door.
See, that's what I love. It's not just about what you know. It's about mastering your own biology.
Exactly.
Okay, let's unpack all this. Let's start with the most basic question. When a recruiter sits across from you, what are they actually looking for?
Well, the first data point we found should be a huge relief for anyone stressing about their grades.
I think a lot of people are.
They are, but the sources are clear. Your GPA, your average grades, they're pretty much irrelevant. Only 19% of recruiters said grades are very important.
19%. That's an incredibly low number. So why has that fallen off so much?
They're just assuming you're smart enough, you wouldn't have gotten the interview otherwise. What they're really screening for is your ability to add value, like right away.
So grades show what you know, but the interview has to show what you can do.
You've got it. It's about demonstrating immediate potential.
So if it's not the GPA, what are they obsessed with now?
It's all about real-world, demonstrable soft skills. We pulled data from the National Association of Colleges and Employers and LinkedIn's economic graph.
And they identified a clear top 5.
A very clear top 5. These are the non-negotiables.
Okay, lay them out for us.
Number 1, by a pretty big margin, is problem solving, resolution of problems. That's 74% of recruiters.
They need someone who can just see an issue and start working on it.
Exactly. Number 2 is teamwork, the ability to work in a team. That's 71%. Third is communication, oral and written, at 68%.
Makes sense.
Fourth is initiative and proactivity, 65%. And then rounding it out, number 5 is adaptability at 61%.
That list, it paints a very clear picture. Every single one of those skills is about a situation.
Yep.
You have to prove it with a story.
Right. They're not looking for a passive sponge. They want a mini contributor from day one. Someone who won't need constant hand-holding.
A self-starter.
A self-starter. And you have to show through your experiences that you already have these skills, which, are ironically the hardest ones to teach.
Okay, speaking of showing, this is where it gets really interesting for me. The science of the first impression. The 7-second rule.
It's even faster than that. There are studies from Princeton, they've been replicated multiple times, that show an impression of trust and competence forms in just 100 milliseconds.
Wow. 1/10 of a second.
And by 7 seconds, the interviewer has almost completely made up their mind about you.
That's a purely biological reaction then. It's pre-verbal.
Completely. The words haven't even registered. We fall back on that classic model from Albert Morabian, which breaks down how that light and fast impression is formed.
And the famous takeaway there is that what you say barely matters.
Precisely. The model says 55% of that first impression is your body language, your posture, eye contact, how you walk in.
55%.
Then 38% is your tone of voice, the warmth, the clarity, the confidence in your greeting, which leaves
a tiny 7% for your actual words.
7%.
So the analogy from our sources is just spot on.
Yeah.
If you walk in there hunched over, your voice is trembling, you're looking at the floor, you could be the next Elon Musk, but it won't save you. You've already failed the silent evaluation.
You're fighting an impossible battle. Your nonverbals are screaming stress while your resume is whispering competence. You have to get them aligned. You walk in with that controlled confidence.
And you've already won half the battle before you've answered a single question.
You're off to a running start.
Okay, so we've locked in the 93%, how you look, how you sound. Now let's drill down into that crucial 7%, the content. Specifically, those behavioral questions.
Absolutely. The competency interview is the industry standard now. Our data shows something like 87% of recruiters are using it.
So these are those, tell me about a time when,
Questions.
the ones that can make you panic if you're not prepared with a story.
Right. And the standard advice is to use the STAR method. Situation, task, action, result. It works, but it's basic. For someone trying to show immediate value, you need an upgrade.
So we're introducing the enhanced version, STAR plus bar.
STAR is the foundation, but it stops too soon. It doesn't show the real impact or what you learned. That's where BRR comes in.
Okay, so break down the BRR for us. What's the B?
B is for benefit. After you tell your story, you have to explicitly say what the benefit was to the company or the team or the client. Did you save money? Did you improve a process? You have to quantify it.
I like that. And the A, this must tie into that adaptability competency.
It does. A is for learning. What did you personally learn from this? About teamwork, about a technical skill, about yourself. It shows self-awareness. Recruiters love that.
They want to see that you grow from experiences. Okay, and the final R.
The second R is relationship to the position. This is where you tie it all together. You explicitly state how that experience, that skill, is directly relevant to the job you're interviewing for right now.
You're literally doing the work for the recruiter, connecting the dots.
You make it impossible for them to miss the connection.
Okay, let's make this concrete. Let's use that example from the sources, the engineering student and the robotics project.
Right.
Question is, did you ever lead a team?
Right, so the basic STAR answer is solid, situation, leading a 6-person team, task, build a line-following robot in 3 weeks,
Okay.
action, divided roles, held 15-minute daily meetings, mediated a conflict, result, delivered 4 days early, got the best grade, 98 out of 100.
That's a good answer. But it's still just a school project.
Yeah.
How does BAR elevate it?
This is where it gets powerful. For benefit, the student adds, the company that sponsored our project was so impressed they actually hired 3 of my teammates to implement parts of our system on their real production line.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's huge. Now it has real-world economic impact.
Exactly. Then, for learning. I learned a lot about control systems, sure, but the big takeaway was that clear, structured communication, like our daily stand-ups, cut down on team stress by, I'd estimate, 70%.
So now you're showing emotional intelligence, problem solving.
And then you wrap it up with relationship. And that experience is why I'm so excited about this specific internship, because I know it involves coordinating different engineering teams, and I've already proven I can manage not just the tech, but also the people.
Boom. The loop is closed. You've just demonstrated, what, 4 of the top 5 competencies in under 2 minutes.
That's the difference between telling a story and delivering a case study about yourself.
That's fantastic. Okay, let's pivot. Let's talk about the wow factor that comes from the questions you ask them.
Yes. Such a missed opportunity for most candidates.
It really is. Our research showed 68% of recruiters say that a candidate's score actually goes up when they ask good strategic questions.
Your questions have to show that you're already thinking like an employee, not just an applicant. You're thinking about their challenges.
So we're avoiding things like, what's the company culture like?
Way too generic. You need winning questions. Number 1, what's the biggest challenge the team I'd be joining is facing right now?
I love that. It shows you want to help solve their actual problems.
Yeah. Exactly. Number 2, how do you measure success for an intern in this role after, say, the first 3 months?
That shows your focus on performance and results. You want to know how to win.
And finally, number 3, what makes an intern go from just good to exceptional in this company?
That's ambitious. It shows you're not just aiming to meet expectations, you want to exceed them.
It communicates that you're aiming for that high performer track from day 1.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now let's circle back to that earlier promise. Controlling anxiety. We need real scientific hacks, not just take a deep breath.
Right. We need structured practice. There's a technique from a Harvard study called cognitive reframing plus gradual exposure.
Sounds intense. How does it work?
It's a 3-day process. 2 days before the interview, you record yourself on your phone answering about 10 tough questions. Then, day 1, you just watch it. No judgment, just watch.
Just absorb it. Okay.
Day 2, you watch it again, but this time you're only allowed to write down 3 and only 3 specific things to improve.
Why only 3?
It prevents you from spiraling. You're not listing 20 things you hate about yourself. You're focusing on small, actionable changes. Maybe your posture or slowing down your speech.
And day 3.
You re-record, applying just those 3 changes. This process reframes the whole thing from a scary performance into a manageable practice session. And the study showed it cut down on nerves by an average of 58%.
That is powerful. But what about right before you walk in.
Yeah.
You're in the waiting room. Your heart is pounding. You need an instant fix.
For that, we turn to Dr. Andrew Weil's 4-7-8 breathing technique. It takes 30 seconds.
Okay, walk us through it.
You do 3 cycles. You breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. You hold that breath for 7 seconds. And then you exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds.
So the exhale is the longest part.
That long exhale is the key. It forces your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest system to kick in. It's like a physiological off switch for anxiety.
And you can do it right there in the lobby without anyone noticing.
Discreet and incredibly effective.
Okay, let's tie all of this amazing advice together. Give us the ultimate 48-hour checklist.
Let's do it. 48 hours out, this is the deep work. First, you research your actual interviewers on LinkedIn, find something they posted or an article they wrote.
So you can mention it. Shows you did your homework on it.
Exactly. And second, this is when you prepare and lock in your 5 core star plus bar stories. Practice them so they're smooth, under 2 minutes each.
Okay, 24 hours to go.
This is all about rehearsal. You have to practice out loud, in front of a mirror, with a friend, whatever. You need to integrate the body language. And this is when you lay out your outfit. Business casual is the safe, smart bet almost everywhere now.
And the final 2 hours before you leave the house.
Strategic fuel. Don't eat a huge meal. A light snack like a banana and some peanuts keeps your blood sugar stable. No energy crashes.
And timing is everything.
Plan to arrive 15 minutes early, not 20. That can feel a little desperate.
Yeah.
And definitely not late. 15 minutes is the sweet spot. Time to sit, compose yourself, do your 4-7-8 breathing.
And once you're in the room, just a few quick reminders.
Remember that 55%, a real Duchenne smile, one that reaches your eyes. Aim for 60-70% eye contact. And consciously speak at about 75% of your normal pace.
Slowing down projects, calm, and authority.
It really does. And finally, the last critical step, the one everyone forgets.
The thank you email.
The personalized thank you email sent in less than 12 hours. It's a must-do.
And it has to be more than just, thanks for your time.
Oh, much more. The subject line should be personalized. Great conversation about topic your name. Then, in the body, you have to mention a specific detail you talked about.
Like, I was really interested in the challenge you mentioned about integrating that old ERP system.
Perfect. That shows you were listening intently. And then you close the loop, just like with star plus bar.
You connect your experience to their problem.
You say, my database project where we solved a similar integration problem makes me confident I could contribute to that specific challenge right away. You're reinforcing your value one last time.
We've covered so much ground here, from focusing on competencies over grades, to using star plus bar, to the actual science of controlling your nerves. You listening now have this entire data-backed playbook.
And as you go into that next interview, we want you to hold on to one final, really critical shift in perspective.
What's that?
The company is not doing you a favor by offering you an internship. You are doing them a favor. You're bringing them fresh energy, new ideas, and the drive to solve their problems.
Walk into that room knowing your value.
Know your value.
Go apply this knowledge immediately. Good luck with that next interview, the one you're now fully equipped to ace. We'll see you on the next deep dive.